Hi, I'm Muhammed Saif from KME College of Architecture. My dissertation topic is the role of neuroarchitecture in elementary schools. The dissertation deals with the psychology of children around their learning environment along with the neuroarchitecture. The study begins with an investigation discovering the research that examines the environment impact on the user and understanding its relevance to the student's perception of the environment and learning outcomes. Learning environment has a powerful effect on the user both physiologically as well as psychologically, and also alters the nature of the activities that are housed within it. Architecture and neuroscience were two separate disciplines until it was found that brain was continuously remodeled by the environment we are living in. Focusing on learning environments, a well-designed built environment with the principles of neuroarchitecture helps improve concentration and memory of the brain cells. The central research question is to find the role of neuroarchitecture in elementary school. And the aim is to establish how neuroarchitecture helps in the psychological development of elementary school students. The role of architecture in our daily life has a great impact. However, spaces where use of brain activity takes place, architects gain more responsibility with awareness of neuroscience. Earlier, it was assumed that having large windows were distracting children's attentions. Later, after comparing the grades of students in schools with similar properties differing in window sizes, the perspective changed into as nature can stimulate learning abilities. These new theories leave behind us great responsibility for architects to learn and research about the new emerging field of neuroscience. These studies were limited within the nursery and elementary grades. In the second half of the 20th century, the scientific study of the nervous system increased significantly, due primarily change in advance in molecular biology, electrical psychology, and computational neuroscience. This has allowed neuroscientists to study all aspects of neurosystems, how it is structured, how it works, how it develops, how it can be changed. Neuroarchitecture can be divided into four simple principles: sensation and perception, learning and memory, decision making, new experiences. Perception is a process by which people regard, analyze, retrieve, and react to any kind of information from the environment. As we switch through different environments, our perception shifts. The focus here is on shapes and movement. Incorporating soft geometry through furniture is a great way to help flow in learning environment. Objects and where to place them determine the neuroarchitecture decision making concept. Space memory is a link that connects us to the place. We have trouble finding their way or reminding themselves for the directions. Therefore, spaces built for children can be easily read by children and the understood. Perception is an active activity where a child seeks knowledge through mobility. Hence, kinesthesia is important in the design of children's spaces. It refers to the arrangement of space into multitude of large and small spaces of operation that are sufficiently accessible to allow children to see the play possibilities available to them while still having adequate protection to the child. Children have noise and visual disturbances. Architectural wayfinding clues that well executed can furnish a person's cognitive map quickly and with ease. Children have a keen interest in nature, and these main principles must be always observed. Therefore, it is very important for children to create such an atmosphere. Effective elements in learning spaces are the following: clear boundaries, clear ways to enter and exit, engaging materials that spark children's interest, separate loud and quiet, active and calm spaces, access to needed materials, materials and activity areas aligned with the learning objectives, comfort and safety. By knowing and understanding the basic parameters will help to create an environment that helps stimulate the brain for better cognitive abilities and memory. Discovering the research that examines the environment's impact on the user and understanding its relevance to the student's perception of the environment and learning outcomes. As the study depends on the spatial analysis of elementary schools and human or children behavior around it, a large part of it would revolve around data collection like documentation of the schools and surveys with the user groups. Literature review could only help us to understand the importance of learning environment. DPS Kindergarten School is situated in Bengaluru. Their aim was to create a warm, playful, and welcoming environment for young children that would be filled with colors, natural light, and ventilation that would provide a different learning environment. HMFH Architects is an architectural firm based in Cambridge that has focused on designing students' living and learning environment designed for Concord. The elements of the buildings are designed in such a way to communicate the idea of different form of color and to enhance the learning quality of the students by using the concept of building as a learning aid. The building in the exterior does not have use much of color, but in the interiors have various color palettes that create a sense of curiosity for learning and creativity. Maximum use of natural light used. These small spaces are open to the sky and are often surrounded by a tree. The level differences are planned in such a way that coordinates with the topography of the site as well as the requirement areas. The entire building is designed according to the anthropometry of children that create the sense of belongingness. Individual seating, table, and chair layout induce a feeling of individualism in students. Moral activities like cleaning their own surroundings is a part of the school. Concord School have used more skylights compared to DPS and Nisha's Play School, whereas DPS and Nisha's Play School uses jalis instead of window openings. Concord School have no specific outdoor learning area, whereas DPS has a common outdoor learning and Nisha's Play School have separate outdoor areas for each classes. Concord School has provided basic shapes in various colors, whereas DPS has provided shapes using jalis and Nisha's Play School has provided openings in different shapes that enables learning from the environment. All of them provide a spacious indoor and outdoor play for the children. The conclusion got from the studies are: most preferable colors are blue, green, and orange. Red must be avoided around these learning spaces. Diffused daylight must be provided. High ceiling with clear story windows. Maximum noise in a classroom must be limited to 35 decibel according to World Health Organization. The temperature range for the best cognition is 20 to 23 Celsius. The air pollution affects cognition and elements must be provided for maintenance air quality in classrooms. Safe and protected outdoor learning areas within nature must be provided. Safe play areas with the landscape and natural elements must be provided. Child-friendly designs with the child anthropometries must be provided.